If you would have told me that we would have Punisher, Spider-Man, and Hulk all in one movie, I would tell you you were lying. But here we are, because Jon Bernthal's Punisher is officially confirmed to return in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Zendaya and Jacob are also confirmed to return as well, but we pretty much knew that already. Now, if you remember last week, I made a 19-minute video of what I thought Spider-Man Brand New Day was going to be about, but they already added Punisher in this. So this is strictly going to be about Punisher, who else I think they're going to be casting in this movie, how Hulk's role is going to be in this movie if he is still in it, and most importantly, how this will affect Spider-Man moving forward. I do think there's going to be one more character to be officially announced in this movie, but we'll get to that in a second. If you're new here, please subscribe, and if you're watching, please like the video. It does a lot for me. It pushes it out to others. But without further ado, let's get into this video. To start off, Punisher being in this movie means a couple things. It means that there's going to be a street tier movie. He's either going to be helping stop crimes, or he's going to help Spider-Man stop the Hulk. And I think the way him and Spider-Man cross paths is going to be definitely depending on how they do their detective work, and they're naturally going to run into each other. In Daredevil Born Again, Kingpin talks about there being a masked spider vigilante, so I'm sure Punisher knows Spider-Man exists. I think we're about to finally just see them cross paths. If you had any concerns about whether or not this is going to be a street tier movie or not, this should officially confirm it. I don't think they're going to do the whole multiverse thing. I think this is going to be a real street tier Spider-Man movie. I expressed it before. I think they're going to really get into deep depression about Spider-Man as a character, him being broke, him having to find a job, everybody forgetting about him, him starting and resetting his life over again, and getting back into the roots of being a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Also, with the director from Shang-Chi going to be directing this movie, I expect there to be a lot of action in this movie, a lot of crime fighting in this movie. Like, this is going to be the real roots of Spider-Man. And with Punisher being casted, this solidifies it, because that is what his specialty is. And I saw a lot of people was very, very worried, because Punisher is obviously in all rated R projects. His show is basically TMA for Disney Plus as well. A lot of people are worried that Disney is going to be kind of like PG-13 Punisher's character, not letting him be more gruesome and stuff like that. I want you guys to know that Jon takes Punisher very seriously. Before they even approached him about Daredevil Born Again and he read the script and read what they were doing to his character, he denied it and he said, no, I will not be coming back and doing this because of what you're doing to Punisher. The last time we seen Punisher was in Daredevil Born Again, and he was currently escaping Kingpin's prison. So assuming that it picks up right where we left off, I have a lot of theories of what I think this movie is going to be about, mainly for Punisher moving forward. I think there's going to be a lot of different villains in this movie, and it's going to be centered around crime in the street tier format. I think that's the only way that I could see Punisher and Spider-Man accidentally crossing paths. I think that Scorpion's going to be in this movie. Maybe Tombstone will be in this movie. I think it will be centered around Mr. Negative and his crime boss Negative Demons. But I think this is what the villains of this movie will be. And this is how I think Punisher is going to have a major role. I think he's going to get out, he's going to see everything that's going on, and he's going to try to take matters into his own hands on stopping the situation. That will be his point of view throughout this movie. But for Spider-Man specifically, I think he's going to be facing Mr. Negative and doing his detective work on where he stays at and why he's doing what he's doing. And if you know Mr. Negative, he's kind of the one that has all these people on payroll, keeps them in charge. Like, he's the boss, like he's the crime boss of this thing, and he's going to have all these villains in line. And that's how I think we're going to get this Spider-Man and Punisher team up. Once they start crossing paths with each other, trying to connect the dots, they try to do this detective work, but obviously they have two different ways of doing things. And that kind of leads me to talk about Spider-Man and Punisher's relationship. I really hope that Spider-Man hates Punisher, because with Daredevil it was kind of different. Like, Daredevil is really in the crime life, and he's dealt and seen a lot of death that he tried to even kill people before. I mean, we've seen it in Daredevil Born Again. Punisher was literally unaliving everybody, and Daredevil did nothing about it. He just let it happen. But I want Spider-Man to have his own way of doing things and really hate the way that Punisher is doing things. Like, could you imagine the interaction when Spider-Man sees Punisher unaliving somebody and all the guns that he uses? Like, obviously Spider-Man has dodged bullets before. I think it'll be really crazy for him to see somebody else trying to do quote unquote good, but he's doing it in a terrible way, right in front of Spider-Man. That would be so crazy to me. And then them kind of coming into a realization, okay, we're on the same team, we're on the same page, we need to take these guys down together, and then seeing them try to work together. It's very similar to how it was with Daredevil and Punisher. I think that would be so interesting. There's two people that I think that's going to get cast in this movie. One of them is kind of unrealistic, but the first one is Daredevil. I think he's 100% going to be in this movie. They've been in a movie before, but I think we're finally going to see that trio of Punisher, Daredevil, and Spider-Man being in a street tier movie. To me, it makes the most sense. I don't see how he would not be in this movie. If Punisher's in it, Daredevil definitely has to be in it. Daredevil's the one that's trying to fix New York right now. The second person that I was going to say that should be casted in this movie is Kingpin. But Vincent let out a quote saying that he's not allowed to be in any type of movies because of what his contract was signed for, that he's only allowed to be in shows. I know, it makes no sense to me. But these two just have to be in it. I think Mr. Negative and Kingpin should be having like a crime boss war. Both wanting to be in charge of how these villains handle the streets and stuff. That would be so... like, that would be such a cool concept. Watching Spider-Man be a full detective in this movie and working with Daredevil and Punisher, trying to figure out all these crimes, connect the dots, having all these crazy fight scenes and stuff, seeing Punisher unalive people, seeing Daredevil handle things his own way, telling Punisher to stop. This could be set up for a very, very good movie that I've been asking for forever. Because I am so tired of this multiverse stuff. I know we're in the multiverse saga, but I wanted a grounded Spider-Man movie for a very long time. I didn't want this to be a movie about where he's in high school and he has a high school crush, and people call Homecoming grounded. People call Far From Home grounded. Like, I need a real street tier movie where Spider-Man is grown up. That's the Spider-Man that I'm used to. That's the Spider-Man that I've always been reading. He has to go through these bad things in life to be able to mature, grow up, and realize what he has to do. Like, that's Spider-Man as a character. But what kind of confuses me is how Hulk would even fit into this movie anymore. I mean, it's all over Twitter right now. People are saying that it's gonna be Spider-Man and Punisher trying to take down the Hulk. But with all these crime bosses, like, how in the world does he even fit in? My original theory was that Mr. Negative was going to tap into the Hulk and mess up Hulk's balance and get Smart Hulk out of here and bring the Savage Hulk back. Now I'm starting to think that Mr. Negative is going to use Bruce Banner or Smart Hulk as a distraction when Spider-Man, Daredevil, and Punisher are really getting close into stopping him. And then that's why Mr. Negative would even upset the balance for Hulk and have him take out the whole entire city so Spider-Man can be occupied. And that's how we'll get our Spider-Man versus Hulk fight. Maybe Punisher comes together and he's trying to take out the Hulk as well. And we can see kind of Punisher do the more fantastical things. Like, even though he's not a crazy fantastical character, we can see him kind of push his limits and kind of see what else that he has in his artillery to be able to even take down the Hulk. I was also thinking maybe Hulk's role is just not as big as I thought in this movie. Maybe he is Smart Hulk as a professor and he's just simply teaching one of Peter's classes and is really just there for Peter to reminisce about him knowing him, but no one else is going to remember him. You get what I'm saying? After the events of No Way Home. But at that point, it would be such a letdown because if you're going to bring Hulk back into a movie, you have to fix him. Like, you have to make him Savage Hulk because then you could have just hired any professor. I think Hulk being a distraction is his most likely outcome for this movie. I don't think his role will be something insane, but I do think that he'll be a distraction for Spider-Man once Mr. Negative is starting to get caught up a little bit. If he is a professor, it would just be super underwhelming. And with MJ and Ned returning in this movie, I think they're simply going to be just cameos. I don't think they're going to have a big role at all. Again, very similar to what I felt about Bruce Banner being in this movie. I think they're just going to be there for Spider-Man to reminisce about his past life before No Way Home happened. And I think that's all they're going to be there for. I think that's their job this movie. Remember, Sadie Sink is cast in this movie. I think she's going to be either Firestar or Gwen Stacy, but she's going to be Spider-Man's love interest. I don't think Spider-Man conflicts himself about not telling MJ about what happened. I don't think he goes back in this movie and tells her. It would completely ruin the No Way Home ending, in my opinion. I think he'll constantly follow them to just see how they're doing, how life is going, and maybe kind of reintroduce himself again and try to become friends with them. Like, I don't know. I hope they focus on Spider-Man having a new love interest for now until this whole run is over with. That's pretty much my Spider-Man theory now. Like, again, I made a 19-minute video of what I thought the movie was going to be before last week, and it seems like every week a new casting is going to be dropping, new characters added, so it's going to completely change my plans. So if you want to go check out my full theory, you can go check that one out. This is pretty much my theory of what I think is going to happen moving forward with Punisher, Daredevil, and Spider-Man being in the same movie together if Daredevil is casted. That's going to be it for this video. Remember, if you have dreams, please go chase them. Don't waste your life doing something you don't want to do. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'll catch y'all in the next video.